I believe it's June 5th. Maybe it's June 6th. Can't remember. I started out here cutting some dead out of this thing. I don't know. What is that? Lilac? Lilac. I think that's a lilac. And no flowers on it. This here, can't remember what it is, but I don't know. Maybe some type of hydrangea or something like that. That's one of few things that are flowering out here, besides, of course, the Virginia spiderwort. Flowers everywhere all the time, it seems. A couple of flowers left on the vinca. Not many. But so there's virtually nothing flowering out by the sidewalks. I've got some grasses that I need to remove out here that are in the liriope, and I feel like it's time to cut it back again. There was a massive Japanese honeysuckle vine going up into this area here, so you can see that the Vinca major is kind of getting into things, and we also have some roses growing back there. I put these stakes in to let that rose grow. Not much going on over here. The Mahonia's got some mega blueberries everywhere, and again, it does look like we're starting to get some yellow flowers popping up. So can't remember what they're called. Oh yeah, and these lilies are popping up. So they're starting to pop at the beginning here of June here. Thinking that this azalea, like the others, I need to figure out when to prune those back. I was just cutting dead out of these, but the fish mint has been invading these azaleas, and I think in order to be able to cut them back, I need to get the fish mint away from them. Maybe I need to create a border where I know that I don't want, certainly not fish mint ground cover, because it's way too tall. Now it's flowering right now, so I don't necessarily want to rip it out. I mean, the azaleas are just finishing now, I guess the first week of June. Nothing flowering over here, but very thick with ferns and hostas, and I can't remember what somebody said, there's something nice. And more of these things here, but they're not flowering yet. Starting to also wonder if the Vinca major is sucking nutrients away from, this tree's the worst, and it is the most surrounded with Vinca major. So maybe that's a problem for this tree right here. I don't know, but I'm learning. Okay, over here, I've made some attempts to, I guess, kill or stake up the these what do you call it? They need wire. They're not going to climb up a stake like that. They need a little bitty wire to be able to climb up. I've been trying to get rid of all of the Japanese honeysuckle over here. There's a lot of it. That holly mess over there of several holly trees really probably needs to be addressed sometime soon. This here, I've done a little bit of cutting it back, not much, but need to learn how to cut that back and bring that back into a shape and size that we might want. Over here, I see that we've got some nice little things in the bottom here that really need to be separated from, I need to get this black cherry out of this area here. Like, if I want to let this black cherry grow, I need to make sure that it stays away from these things. I think could be something nice. This here is probably nothing to be concerned with. Heading back this way, because we're heading around clockwise. We got my firewood stash. Stuff, time to have a bonfire. Okay, so over here, this rose bush really needs to be cut back. I've got a different type of clematis. This clematis, I did add the wire to it, so I got that stainless steel wire. I want to bring that out front, get away from the rain. I don't know what these things are, but over here I'm really kind of in need of mulch. I decided to get rid of the mock strawberries. This clematis is pulling that wire all the way down, so it really needs to be trimmed, trained, whatever. But we are starting to get the yellow flowers over here in early June. Nothing going on over here really, and these Virginia spiderwort that I transplanted here from, I guess, like in our patio and stuff like that, seems to be holding up. This, I think that might be some Rose of Sharon, which I've decided I think I want to get rid of all of it. That looks like I got some honeysuckle growing back there that I need to get rid of. I think that's honeysuckle. But over here, I don't know what this is, but neat little orange popping up. The roses have flowered, but these are really just starting to really come in, and it's nice to see that the bees like these. This is kind of awesome. Tons of little pollinators going on, doing their thing. So I like these, but it's a little out of control. So maybe, I decided, okay, I'm gonna try to divide off the fence here, but now I can see that I've got a grapevine growing up in the fence. I chopped down that Rose of Sharon a bunch there, and I also learned that the confused Michaelmas daisies, which have not flowered, really needed to be cut back because of their long length. I think that those little white, I don't know what you call those, the sunflower looking things, tiny little things, are weeds, but I let them grow because I don't know what's a weed and what's not. Over here, this is something I really want to address. The irises, there's a bunch of them there. They should be split and moved around, and that ground cover that goes from there to there really is a little out of control, and it may have some good places, but I don't know if there is the one, and maybe, I don't know. And then over here, we just did some cutting back of this so we could sit at the table. I cut a bunch of this stuff back here, but it seems to be done flowering for the year, and I really wish that I'd trimmed it back harder. I guess, when it didn't have foliage on it, that would have been probably a good time to cut that back. Moving around here. Okay, so there's lilies starting to pop up. So we have some pink ones over here, and more spiderwort and hostas mixed into the mix, which is probably too sunny for the hostas here, so probably get rid of all of them because I think I could use them in other places. But you can see they're all turning yellow here from probably too much sun because, it's sunny. This rose bush here is kind of struggling, and I really should certainly cut it back a bunch. I think that's really the thing to do. It seems to be pretty strong and thick, so I think that if I cut that back hard, that would be good. Finishing out, rounding up the driveway here. Nothing popping up from these hostas, but there's an example of kind of the wrong kind of hosta in the middle of these hostas and a open gap here. I could plant a couple more of those. The junk pile of things to eliminate is here, and there's a little bit more of that bindweed, but this globe thistle is starting to come in. It's has not yet turned into the purple globes, but and then again here's some more hostas. They seem fine here with a lot of the sun blocked from by the house. And then here we are back to this azalea again that I think really needs to be shaped up a bunch. Not sure how or when to do that, but that's the first week of June, and need to figure out what needs to be done. Let's see, the Mahonias, these all, I think people told me, yo, you got to chop them back, buddy. Clematis over here. But you know, these flowers are done. Yeah, I figure they're good, so I just scrape the seeds off and let them proliferate onto the ground. Starting to get some lower branches here on the Japanese maple. I don't know if that's bad or good, but you know, I think that it probably is good to have some lower branches on this thing, because you know, I want to be able to cut it back and shape it. And I know that the hollies here, if I'm going to save them, I guess I really need to shape them and bring them back into a shape that will help promote growth. The two on the left are both saying that they are unhealthy, abiotic, I believe, you know, yellow leaves. And then this one, of course, the healthy one, is growing into the dogwood over here. Not sure what to do about that. Looks like I got a dead branch from the dogwood that grew up into the holly, so I should get rid of that. But I gotta get back to work, and I'll get into this later.